each and every one of you that have joined us, those of you that have been following us, those of you that have subscribed to our YouTube channel. I want to use this opportunity to say thank you once more again. Join me. Let's go on this journey of healing. Today, we are going to talk about this plant we call sweet basil, commonly called African basil, commonly called scent leaf, commonly called jebeti, commonly called nunum, commonly called tekeng. In Africa, we have so many different vernacular that we use to call this plant. Share the live video, drop a comment below where you are watching from. Join me, let's go on this journey of healing, this African indigenous medicine. I'm going to talk about today. If you are battling with high blood sugar, you have been battling with high blood sugar level all the time, you have been using. If you go to any African household, you are going to realize that you are going to see scent leaf. So if you know somebody out there that is battling with diabetes, type 1 or type 2 diabetes, you have been battling with diabetes, you have been taking insulin, just the dry one and take it as a tea. I don't know the one you can be available at home for you now. Maybe you can look around any organic shop or any vegetable market. You can see this leaf. Most people that grow up in Africa, you know that this leaf actually used to prepare different types of delicacy. Is used as a spices, is used as a vegetable at the same time. So we have been consuming it for centuries. So please share the live video and drop a comment below. Maybe type 1 or type 2 diabetes. You have been battling for diabetes, and you have been, maybe you have been losing weight, or because you have a lot of weight, you are having that blood sugar level. Use this sweet basil, and you are going to thank me later. Harvest the leaf, boil it. When you boil it, it is boiled. Don't boil it for long, boil it for at least 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, a glass in the morning for sugar, a glass in the morning. Don't add anything, a glass in the evening. Look at the leaf. But if you have the dry organic powder, maybe you have, where in your environment you have enough of this leaf, the scent leaf in your environment, dry it in a cold dry place, crush into a fine powder. For diabetes, start taking it as a tea. Before you start taking this leaf as a tea, check your sugar level, write it down, start this therapy, so that after some few days you can come back to that. You are check how you write it, compare the two, and you can see testimonies on this sweet basil, African basil, scent leaf, jebeti, nunum, tekeng. You can use it for diabetes. You can still use it for high blood pressure. You can use it for poor blood circulation in the body. If you know somebody that is blood clot or poor blood circulation in the body or poor blood production, because this plant contains vitamin B12, it contains vitamin B9, which helps in blood production and blood circulation. So if you don't know where you can get this plant, if you don't have it around your locality, know that you are missing a lot, because this is one of those African indigenous plants that we have inherited here in Africa. And this plant, why the varieties, it grow a lot of seed. These are actually the flowers, and they are the seed. You can look at this, a small branch have more than 10,000 seeds. So just imagine that you have one of this in your farm, and then a fall wither, it will regeminate in millions and in tons. So this plant is growing close to your house. You know it. You have maybe have been using it as a spices, but you don't know that it can work in blood production or blood circulation or poor blood clot. Use it, and you are going to thank me later. Share the live video and drop a comment below if you have been using scent leaf. And what about people that are battling with chest congestion? You are battling with chest pain or bronchitis, or maybe asthma, or you are battling with respiratory problem, lungs infection. You have difficulties in sleeping because of your breathing. Your breathing is very slow and blocked, maybe because of that lungs infection. I'm giving you this plan. If somebody is battling with bronchitis, you are battling with chest pain, you are battling with chest congestion, you are battling with asthma or tuberculosis, you have difficulties in breathing or lungs infection, harvest the leaves of this plant. When you harvest the leaves of this plant, pound the leaf of this plant, add water to it, filter the water, measure the water, 1 glass cup, which is 300 ml in the morning for chest pain, for chest congestion, for lungs infection, for asthma, for bronchitis. That 1 glass, you are going to warm it and take it in the morning. If you don't want to warm it, the water you are going to add before you filter it, you have to warm the water. When you warm the water, add it to the scent leaf that you have pound, and then you take it in the morning. Please drop a comment below where you are watching from, share the live video, join me, let's go on this journey of healing. We African, we are blessed with plenty, but we hunger in the midst of plenty. Why? Because we run away from nature, and this is part of our heritage. You know, nature is one of God's healing to mankind. Share the live video, drop a comment below where you are watching from. Just take a glass in the morning for asthma, a glass in the evening for asthma, for bronchitis. Do the same therapy for chest congestion, for chest pain, for any respiratory problem. You have difficulties in breathing, or maybe you know somebody out there that is battling with asthma. Use this scent leaf and you are going to thank me later. We African, we are blessed with plenty, but we hunger in the midst of plenty. That is the reason why we organize this platform. If you know somebody out there that is battling with asthma, copy the link and share to that person. You don't have the problem, but you are battling with chest pain, you are battling with chest congestion, you are battling with bronchitis or difficulties in breathing. You sleep, find it difficult to sleep. Boil this plant, pound this plant. First of all, you add hot water to it and taking it as a tea in the morning, a teacup in the morning. It can go a long way. For bronchitis, it can go a long way. For chest pain, it can go for a long way. For chest congestion, when you use this therapy the way I'm explaining here, follow me up bumper to bumper, and you are going to thank me later. Join me, let's go on this journey of healing. We African, we are blessed with plenty, but we hunger in the midst of plenty. That is the reason why we organize this platform, so that we can reach out to you in this formula to reintroduce nature to African. We are blessed with plenty. So what about skin related infection? Maybe knee fungi. Your knees always develop fungi. Please double tap the screen and drop a comment below where you are watching from. Or sometimes rashes all over your body, maybe scabies all over your body, or maybe ringworm. All the time you're battling with ringworm, agony in the body. Look for scent leaf, harvest the leaves of the scent leaf, apply directly on those affected places for skin infection, for eczema, for ringworm, for rashes all over the body, for scabies, itching of the body, worm-like movement, moving all over the body. You use this plant, apply it directly. If you have it around your home, you are going to thank me later. Or harvest the leaf, grind it into a fine paste, get vegetable oil. The vegetable oil will act as a preservative for the leaf not to spoil, because you are going to put it down and start using it in the morning and in the evening. Start using it in the morning and you are going to thank me later. We African, we are blessed with plenty, but we hunger in the midst of plenty. Double tap the screen, drop a comment below where you are watching from. Join me, let's go on this journey of healing. If you have ever used this plant, what about genital wax? What about his infection? What about PID, pelvic inflammatory disease? Pelvic inflammatory disease. What about his infection? What about wax, genital wax? You are battling with genital wax, you are battling with STD, you are battling with UTI, you are battling with his infection. I'm giving you a secret now on how you can go back home, harvest the leaf of this plant, dry it in a cold dry place, and using it the way I explained. Using the fresh one to apply. If you have genital wax, you apply externally while drinking the dry powder internally for genital wax, for his infection, for PID infection. This fever, inflammatory disease, use sweet basil, African basil. And one thing with antibiotics is that when you start taking a particular antibiotics for a particular infection, once you skip, the bacteria is already used to the anti. You take those antibiotics, it will no more work for you. Why? Because you have relaxed, give it a holiday, the bacteria have regenerate and bring more bacteria to it. When you take the same antidote, it's not going to work. So when you start antibiotics, maybe you are battling with this infection, you are battling PID, use it. When you start using it, don't stop using it. You have to continue till you finish. Or maybe high peace virus, you are battling with those kind of virus, use it, and you are going to thank me later. Share the live video and drop a comment below where you are watching from. This African indigenous medicine, we were not born to be sick. What about internal hemorrhoid? Because it helps in digestion, it helps in constipation, prevent constipation, treat constipation, promote poor digestion. And if you battle with internal hemorrhoid, whereby your stomach is grumbling all the time, is making noise, you go to toilet, blood, flames all the time, brrr, your stomach always constipates all the time, use scent leaf. You can harvest some few leaf, chew it in the morning, 3 to 4 leaf, chew it in the morning for constipation. But if it is cocoa pie, internal hemorrhoid, please boil it and take it as a tea in the morning, and learn to eat vegetable, because internal hemorrhoid comes as a result of constipation. Constipation comes as a result of poor digestion. So eat balanced diet, eat more fruit and vegetable. You will buy cocoa, hemorrhoid internally is going to be treated. Share the live video, drop a comment below where you are watching from. Join me, let's go on this journey of healing. Subscribe to all our social media handle, drop a comment below where you are joining.